a couple years back, it just seemed like everything like falling apart. My management, who I'd worked with for 5 years, we parted ways. I was engaged at the time, called off my wedding 4 weeks before I was supposed to get married.
High five, Tiff.
Live, living
What's up,
large.
guys? Xavier here with you, back on the How'd You Do It podcast. And today I have an old friend of mine, goes by the name of Tiffany Houghton. How are you?
So good.
You look great. We've got the boots. Let's do a little appreciation, actually. So, Tiff, get the boots up again.
Yes, these are important.
Yeah.
My lucky boots, so it's going to be a good day.
Perfect. We wanted to make sure we gave them a little bit of spotlight from the very start. I wanted to bring Tiff on just to obviously get her to perform, but I also I'm sort of using this as a bit of a catch up for myself. So
I
it's
know, he wouldn't let me tell him anything.
Yeah, well, so before the interview, she's like, oh, and this and that and this happened. I'm like,
he's like, no, save it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this is an interview, but it's also like our little catch up time. So we're welcoming you to it.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy it. But girl, so tell me, as of this present day, you got the new single out. What's going on with you?
I've got the new single out. I've been putting out music the last couple months. Gosh, a lot's going on. I've got an album coming later this year.
Okay.
It's all these records I made, produced, wrote entirely with women.
Really?
2 of my girlfriends. And anyway, never thought I would share any of this music. And
why not?
You know, and I'll share this with you with the song that I'm going to play, Why, my new single. But a couple years back, it just seemed like everything like falling apart. My management, who I'd worked with for 5 years, we parted ways. I was engaged at the time, called off my wedding 4 weeks before I was supposed to get married. I had to leave Los Angeles. Like, all this stuff was just like crumbling down. And it was just a rough time. And I made this music and I was like, gosh, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to share music again or do this anymore. Like, I'm just burnt out. Like, LA had just like burned me out. And anyway, so you heal it with some time, and honestly, I was like, I want to share these songs. I want to tell this story, and so here I am.
All right. Yeah. So you tell as much as you want. So okay. So starting off with, I do remember when you went your separate ways with management.
Right.
What happened there?
We just wanted different things, and I think that for a long time, like it was the right thing. We worked well together, but it became not the right thing after some time. And I think it was the right thing. I think that she needed. We needed to part ways.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't the right thing.
So how did you? So you're literally like kind of basically independent. You by yourself at this stage.
Yeah.
So how did that feel? Like going out on your own, not having like a team, not having someone to call, not having someone to sort of connect things. Like how did that go?
Honestly, I think one of the great things about the way that I did my career before I parted ways with management is that I was very, very, very hands-on, and I learned so much that now I've been able to really kind of apply the things that I learned in the first, 5 years of my career to doing it this way. And I think when you have friends and relationships in the industry, it makes it definitely a lot more easy to, I don't want to say easy, but it makes more sense.
You know the drill, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. And so was this all like I on your Spotify? It's sort of you were releasing music pretty consistently from 2013 to 2016, and then nothing for 2017. You kind of went quiet. Was that all around that time?
That was all what was going on, and it's like hard because it's like you can't tell your fans everything that's happening, and I just felt like so isolated all of a sudden. I ended up going home. I moved back to Dallas, and that was really like where I felt like, okay, like I'm healing. Everything's gonna be okay. Like being around people that I loved, I loved and loved me. But being around family like really helped me to like gain my confidence again. That like what, everything's gonna be okay. I can do this. I can get back up. I fell down. I scratched myself up. got a couple bruises, but I can do this.
And what made you, what was the catalyst of sort of getting the project back on track and putting out music again?
So this is a great story. Actually, I got married in March.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's a good one. I got a good one. But you know, it's interesting because when we were dating, like initially, like I really didn't talk much about music to hardly anybody. Like even and especially him. Like I was like, you know what, that's part of my past. Like I don't really want to talk about it. I was just exhausted from it. You know, I didn't even want to talk about it. And anyway, one day we were sitting on his bed and the laptop was open, like shuffling through my iTunes library. And this one song comes on, and all of a sudden he's like, "Who's that artist?" And I was like, "Oh, like it's one of my songs." And he's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And he like gets up and he like starts dancing to it. It's my song. It's my song called Pretty Pretty. He gets up and he starts dancing. This keeps vibrating, so I'm gonna like put on the floor.
Yeah, no worries.
He gets up and he like starts dancing to it. He's like, "What are you talking about? Like this has to be out there. Like what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like, wow, like maybe I can do this again. And you know, having somebody close to you like that is cheering you on and believes in you, like it just kind of changes everything. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can. Like maybe I can do this. And also just like hearing encouragement from fans too, being like, hey, we haven't heard from you. Like, you know,
did you go dark on like socials and all that sort of stuff for a while as well? So were people sort of confused?
Yeah,
like,
people were like, whoa, what's going on? Like, you just had, you know, this #1 song on Radio Disney. Why are you gone? Like, what? And honestly, I just like, you know, at the time was like, I just need like some time. But then like seeing them be like, you know, we want to hear from you. Like, I know things have been hard, you know, and they didn't really know what was going on, but seeing that like, okay, I can still like make a difference. Like this music, what does resonate with people, and I think that it will. Yeah. So you know, those were kind of the two catalysts.
Right, and then you started slowly to sort of dropping singles again and getting back into it.
Exactly, so dropping singles, and the response has been fantastic.
Second question is, did you say that you called off a wedding 4 weeks before?
Yes.
What is this? Is this your current husband?
No.
This is a different one.
Different one. It's a different one.
There's really only, see guys, I've been following Tiff since 2013.
It's been
but
years.
There's only so much you can pick up from social media, right? You get sort of like the surface level. Yeah. And when you actually talk to people, it's like, oh, I had no idea that was going on. I had no idea you almost got married.
Right? It was crazy.
Give me the tea.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is like, #1, I was touring and I was traveling a lot, and so I think where that relationship went wrong is I assumed all these things, you know, that I could trust him, and like, you know, I never thought to really like I guess question him, and then it was crazy, like all these things came out like 4 weeks before, and like,
and you're fully engaged, about to get married.
Engaged. Like,
wow.
Like it was like on set. Like when I went home to Dallas, like everybody was like, "Let me see your ring!" Like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, so excited for the wedding. Like, we'll be there. I'm like, it's not happening.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Was did you like announce that you were engaged and all at the first time with this? Because I don't remember that.
Not really on social media. Like I was pretty quiet about it. And I think honestly, anytime you are in a relationship and you don't feel like shouting it from the rooftops, like it's probably not the right thing. Yeah. You know, because like now I'm like, oh, let me tell you all about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like,
and there was something sort of holding you back. You felt there was something that you felt a little off about it.
Yeah, and you know, I think that. Yeah, I think that, you know, I like started feeling like sick, and it was just like, it just was not the right thing. Okay. And then
so your gut was right then, obviously.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just, yeah, exactly. My gut was right, and then all these things came out, and it just, it like hit me hard.
Damn, poor thing. That's horrible.
Hard. And you know, that was what, over 2 years or so ago now. Yeah. But it was hard.
Yeah.
Really rough.
Right, okay, and did any songs come out of that?
Oh my goodness, let me tell you, so many.
Yeah.
So many, actually, like why I wrote around that time.
Yep. All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for, rather. Tiff is going to play how many songs? 3 songs?
3 songs.
All right, awesome.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
This one is my new single, and it's the one that I wrote in that really, really dark and difficult time in my life. And with some time behind me, I've come to realize this song and this feeling are absolutely like a part of the human experience. And I think there's times that we all ask why. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I just can't control my thoughts. Got so much to do right now. I think I'll do nothing right now. Some days I got it, some days I'm scared. Some days I'm not in the mood for prayers. On Sundays there's someone upstairs. But is anybody up there right now? At least it's raining in LA, LA. At least it's raining. At least it's raining in LA, LA. Hope it rains through the ceiling. Why do you say things that you don't mean? Why do you take things that aren't your things? Why do you try to break everything? Why do you say things that you don't mean? Why do you take things that aren't your things? Why do you try to break everything? Why? I don't wanna talk to you if you don't call till it's past 11:15. When I told you have fun with your friends, I didn't mean that. Did you hear that? After all, I'm an afterthought, baby, I don't need that. Saying I'm gonna be your wife, I know you didn't mean that. And I don't need that, I don't need that. At least it's raining in LA, LA. At least it's raining. At least it's raining in LA, LA. Hope it rains through the ceiling. Why do you say things that you don't mean? Why do you take things that aren't your things? Why do you try to break everything? Why? Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys.
If you like what you saw, make sure you check out some of our other videos right here, and also be sure to subscribe to our channel right here for new videos coming out every week.